What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Live Stocks back with another Tesla update video where we take a look at how Tesla stock traded today, some key support and resistance levels that we are looking out moving into the future, and based on that, what we think the Tesla stock could do this week. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out as I'm trying to grow the channel and recommends this video to others that might be interested in similar topics as you. And comment down below if you are in Tesla, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Wasting no more time, let me hit record and we will get right into it. So great day for Apple. If you saw my video from yesterday, you saw kind of the levels that we were looking out for. And you know, we were kind of looking for a push up into the 630s, which we got today. That's great. Continuing that sort of momentum this week. As we talked about, this is the last week before Tesla will be included in the S&P 500, which is supposed to happen a week from today. So all those indexes and those big companies that have these index tracking mutual funds need to buy into Tesla this week to be able to track the S&P 500. And as we found out a couple weeks ago, right, it's going to be brought in at full float, which means a ton of buying. Not necessarily saying all the buying is going to happen this week, right? We don't even know how much of the buying has already happened, but the fact that it's getting included in the S&P 500, there is likely a lot of buying and volume yet to come, in my opinion. So that's great news for us. So let's take a look at what happened. And this is pretty typical, right, that we've seen in the past couple of weeks. We sold off right out of the gate. We were kind of trading in the pre-market 620, around the 620, 619 mark, pushed up to the 628, fell off all the way to 610. This didn't look too pretty at first, but then when you saw the rally that followed, it was all good, right? So 610 all the way to kind of high 630s, took a little break, went sideways, pushed up to 645, and then for the rest of the day was trying to get back and set another high for the day. Kept getting rejected though in the around the 640, 641 mark, as we see there, right? If I draw a line right at 640, rejected, rejected, rejected. Not too shabby overall though, right? Up 4.89%, another 5% green day for Tesla. What's new, right? But you know, as we sort of expected going into this week, a great start to the week for Tesla. Now, one thing that we will take a look at now is the daily chart. So if you've followed me for a little bit now, you know that, you know, we look at this daily chart where Tesla was trading in the kind of 400s, and then S&P inclusion was announced, pushed up, got a high of 654. So great move for Tesla in just a couple weeks. And we were trading between this bottom line right here and this top line right here on the daily chart. But as we know, 3 days ago, we fell out of that. And since then, that line has sort of acted like a resistance. Especially, you know, we see this today where we had a green candle pushing up. Our high for today was 642, and this line comes in right around the 640s. That you know, we saw it hitting the 640 mark, but unable to break through it. Good news is this line's going up, so a resistance point from that perspective should be a little bit higher tomorrow. Now, let's take a look at the indicators that we like seeing, and the AEMA has been great for support. So obviously when it was going up kind of in all these times, right, it was going up so fast that the AEMA was definitely below it. But now that it's consolidating and taking its sweet time and moving up a little bit more gradually, right, it's not doing those crazy moves that we found you know, back here where it would go from $50 swings in a day. So with that, the AEMA is acting as great support, as we see over the past 4 days, right? If we go back to 12.9, we had a huge red candle. Our close price was 604, the AEMA was 600. As we see here, we opened in the 574, excuse me, closed at 627, way above the AEMA, coming in at 606. Friday, we had a small red candle. AEMA was 607 and close was 609. So again, closing above the AEMA. And especially today, right, our low point was 610. AEMA was at 614. So bounced off the AEMA. Another great green candle to close above the AEMA. So the AEMA on the daily chart, I think, acts as great support. If not for a bounce, then definitely for where the stock has been closing. It has not closed below, at least from what I see on this chart in front of us, in the past like 10 trading days, below the AEMA on the daily chart. let's take a look at the 4-hour chart, and we'll see that, you know, these levels have also acted as great levels of support. You know, both right now in the second 4-hour, we were way above the AEMA, but back on Friday and Thursday, we saw that, you know, some of these EMAs, the 34 EMA acted as a great level of support. So also watching the 34 EMA on the 4-hour chart. From a analysis perspective, right, it's been 3 days that we're making higher lows, and then we also made a higher high than yesterday. So from that perspective, right, we've got a level of support. Again, if you're ignoring those EMAs that I just mentioned, right, I think that's the first level that I look at from a price level perspective. The low of today in the 610s, then the low of Friday in 596, and then the low on the day before that in 566 are 3 levels of support from a price level perspective. And similarly, from a resistance level, we've got this line. We've got the high of today, which was pretty close to where we were in the 642s, and then we've got the 654 to kind of push for, hopefully, again, as we kind of continue that momentum in this week. So that's that. And then let me bring in my Tastyworks here. You know, I'm watching one other thing if you've watched me for a little bit now, and I just have it on this chart, so I'll kind of present it to you. On the 4-hour chart, right, the 15 EMA is a level that I'm watching very closely, that to make sure it kind of stays above it, because the last time, if we take a look at end of August, when we broke below it, we fell from 470 all the way down to kind of the 340s level, happening again in mid-September. 3rd week of September, where we fell from 435 to 370s. So currently, as we see here, this always happens. It always just zooms in for me. Yep. Zoom out just a little bit. So yesterday, when I made this video, right, we were below it. We rallied nicely today, so we are coming in, you know, decently above that in the high 630s, mid to high 630s right now in the after hours. But the 15 EMA comes in at 621. Now, I wanted to hold above this level because if history is any indication, right, it has a long way to go in the 180-day SMA. I don't personally see that happening, like fell all the way to the 180, because I think the 180-day SMA, because I think there's a lot of support levels in between those levels. And also we've got the S&P inclusion happening next week, so I think a lot of buying is still left for that to happen. But, you know, point being, we are above it. We've been below it, but not too far below it, and always have made our way above. So that's a level I'm watching to see if it breaks, and if it stays down below and finds that level as resistance, then that 180-day SMA comes in at 495. Not saying it falls all the way there, but it could if history is any indication. So that's another thing that I'm watching. But, you know, overall, great day for Tesla as we sort of, you know, as I said, we're up almost 5%. If we take a look at NASDAQ, goes up 0.5%. The Dow was down more than 0.5%. And then S&P was down about 0.5% as well. So great trading day for Tesla. Let's see. Hopefully the momentum continues. Hopefully we make higher highs and push towards that 654, but I've shown you guys the levels that I'm watching for whether the stock goes up or down. So hopefully we can all trade well this week. Hope you guys are all having an amazing start to your trading week. Let me know down in the comment section what your thoughts on Tesla are, and then like and subscribe if you enjoy these videos. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.